finished. And then we went in the office, and he printed, they didn't have computers those days. So he printed from his machine, and they had a big kind of drum-looking database. It was just cards, It was going around like a drum, and you pull a card out. And there he registered me, and then I was automatically registered in Sweden. I got my permanent residentship, and I was automatically insured. And I got my number. That's very important. And it was all done in the church. The priest did that. And then out of a joke, I gave him Bhagavad Gita, and out of a joke I asked him, "You can give me a Bible?" And he said, "Sorry, we don't have it here." That was the end of the event. I went home. "Sorry, we don't have it here." By no means we want to offend any seriously, religious person, but this is not religion, this is a passport police, this is whatever it is. Actually, they separated this later on again. I think somebody said this was still embarrassing. So the police got, now we have to go to the police to get your passport, not to the church. But there was a time, they said that's very practical. When you get married, and you can do the whole thing in one place. What's the problem? Probably in Kali Yuga you can go to the church, because now at the point of marriage they already make a pre-divorce agreement. At the point of marriage you sign the papers who is going to get the what when they are divorced. Because the legal costs on divorce, and every second marriage gets divorced, are so big, so let's save time. At the point of marriage they are already signing paper who is going to get one when they are divorced, just in case. So what's next? Next thing, the priest pulls out the visit card, and here's the abortion clinic, just in case, you need. Or maybe he will make the abortion himself. I mean, let's be practical. People do it all the time. So let's do the whole thing in one place. Marriage, divorce, and abortion, all in one service. I mean, where do you stop with this? How far do you go with this? We're always laughing about things until we stop laughing, because it's happening. They made it to reality, our friends, the demons. So how do we avoid this kind of madness? By simplifying our lives and focusing on the essence. And all the time Maya will arrange to bring something in our lives which appear to be important but is not. It's a function of Maya to make unimportant important and important unimportant. All the time she turns it around. All the time the Shudra or even below department comes and goes, what about my feelings? What about my this? What about this issue? What about that? Well, sorry for your feelings, but we cannot do much about it. And you're not either. As a matter of fact, nobody can. Yeah, what about love? Well, good idea. Love is a good idea. It's just an idea. When love turns into lust, well, forget it. This was very wisely said by one experienced Mataji, that love and hatred is very close. Just switch, and then it's there. That's material nature. One agitation, the whole thing flops. So you want to dwell on this, you want to engage in this. Therefore, I would like to read 2 shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, which are extremely helpful in this regard. Where Krishna is more or less, helping Arjuna to get down from sentimental platform. Senti means the senses, and mental means the mind. So, first, Krishna is extremely encouraging. He's saying to Arjuna, in this endeavor there is no loss or diminution. A little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Fall down fear, Prabhupada defines actually ultimately falling down from the human platform into the animal species. That's the real biggest danger. Because once you are locked up in animal form, you have to go through the whole system. There's no way back. So, and immediately after that, Krishna says, and those who are on this path are resolute in purpose. They know what the purpose is. And their aim is one. Not 2 aims, not 3 aims, not 50,000 aims, one aim. O beloved child of the Gurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute, not focused, is many-branched. So there is an intelligence, yes, but confused. Speculative intelligence. Shall I do this? No, maybe I should do this. I should engage my intelligence. No, we have to find out. We have to find out this. Or no, this doesn't work. Let's find out something else. This is going on all the time. So this is the result of sentiment. And what happens when one frees one's intelligence from confusion by simply listening to Shastra, Guru and Sadhu? When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of Vedas and it remains fixed in a trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness. And when your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. That means you will be negligent to whatever was heard in the past, or whatever they bring in the future. Because you know it's coming from the same source. It's a speculation, which ultimately culminates in madness. It's like we had some female spooking around who tried to convince us that she's O Krishna. Yes, the windows to the spiritual world open and she's O Krishna. My answer was, what are you doing then here when you're O Krishna? Then you should be with Krishna. Why are you telling me? All hallucinations, delusions, of the most offensive kind, because don't play with Krishna. You can say, I saw Jimi Hendrix appearing in my dream. He was playing fantastic guitar. Oh, that's okay. It's just another dream. That's your hallucination. No offense against Jimi Hendrix, right? You cannot make offense against Jimi Hendrix because he was an offense personified. So you cannot make offense to an offense. With Krishna, don't play the game. This can backfire really badly, except unfortunately we have to say to some people, stay in distance. Don't associate too close. Because as soon as they come in their severely deranged mental state, they commit activities. They attack Vaishnavas. They attack devotees. Now Vaishnava is still too high term. Actually, no, I don't use it. But it doesn't matter how advanced a devotee is. Somebody who sincerely struggles to become part of Srila Prabhupada's mission, if such a person is attacked, in word, or that can also culminate to such a degree that will attack physically. Yes, they will. If you want names, addresses, and places where this happened, I can give you a sing for half a day. So many lunatics coming to this movement. Which ultimately Krishna says, okay, now it's enough. And the insanity breeds insanity. Even those who associate with insanity get affected by insanity. I lost very, very few wonderful God brothers because of this. Therefore, every guru is warned in Kali Yuga, don't take too many disciples. You know why? They're insane. And you come close to it, you get absorbed in the insanity, which a guru has to do. He has to deal with the problems of the disciple. And when his integrity is not strong enough, he becomes contaminated, ultimately absorbed by the madness of the disciple, becoming insane himself. And I mean totally insane. It's very dangerous business. The example is given when the fire of devotion burning in a spiritual leader is very powerful. That fire can consume anything. It's like a big fire, when you burn a really big fire. I know once we renovated a house, and all the debris from the house, it was piling up to the first floor of the house, and we put it on fire. That fire was burning for 3 days. It was going high in the sky. Even the house started getting warm. We were thinking, it's a bit too big, the fire. Yeah. And at the end, it burns everything. Glass, except really iron. or steel, it burns almost everything. So when the devotion is so powerful, yes, then actually such a spiritual master gets even more ecstatic by absorbing the sinful karma of his disciples. His fire of devotion burns even higher, because Krishna is so pleased. Look at this wonderful messenger of mine, my ambassador here, saving the conditioned souls, because Krishna wants us to go back home, back together. However, realistically spoken, when the fire is not so big, then the karma of the disciples is compared with the big wood logs. Wood logs are made to be burned, but when they are too big and they fall into a small fire, they can extinguish the fire. The fire is not fueled by the wood logs, it gets killed by the wood logs. So everyone is to be discriminating. Not to speak of us little bhaktas, and we go, Jita, soul, wake up, and embrace any idiot on the street and any madman. Well, good luck. Don't be surprised when you feel a little bit agitated, a little bit more disturbed, a little bit more mad, as we already are, as if we wouldn't be enough. So it's not selfish to keep oneself in a protected position. And protected means, again, Guru, Shastra, Sadhu, which gets amplified in association of the same devotees with the same determination. Ekeha Buddhinandana means the goal is one. So for us, in a practical sense, for us protection means to absorb oneself in the mission of the spiritual master, mission of Srila Prabhupada. You will be called fanatic, you will be called unpolite, you will be called asocial. Yeah, by the very same people. Actually, many times these calls come from envious people, because they have not enough strength to focus themselves. And once you are focused and you are associating with somebody who is also focused, I tell you, even wonderful friendship can arise. That's where the real friendship comes from. Because friendship, it's based on unity in purpose. And that's actually, you could call it love, yeah. If there is no unity in purpose, as they always say in the divorce papers, due to differences of, what do they write always? Due to unmanageable, or what is it called? Unsoluble differences of views and opinions, divorces to come. Just cannot be, you're not on the same page. At least not, in the same, we are not even the same book, but to speak of the same page. So then, that's not possible. That's called looping, we used to call it. You just leave to fulfill your own purpose. Yes. And then you can stand in the middle of the countryside, alone and free, and going, independence, freedom. And then it's 5 meters away from you stands another one, freedom. Freedom! And then freedom what? That's what feminism is about, and that's actually, feminism is not just there relating to women. Men do exactly the same too. Freedom! Independence! Freedom! Then what? What? Freedom what? You are a lonely, miserable introvert. That's all. You can only go on internet and go, we are together. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Really? You are a lonely, miserable character sitting in your room being sad because you don't feel the friends. You have no association really. You can only share speculations, and these speculations change all the time. How many times we saw it, even amongst devotees, having so-called friendship, and then one woman comes. Your best friend takes your wife, which is extremely sinful activity, Just wonder, what kind of friendship was that? Again, I'm not going to tell you names and addresses. Plenty of examples. That's how lust works. You cannot be friendly lusty together. Lust makes you to a cruel consumer. It's my lust. You satisfy my lust. Okay, let's make a deal, but you satisfy mine first. Let's make an agreement. So Prabhupada said there is no relationships in Kali Yuga, it's just deals and agreements. So on that level, where is the friend? Friend means no conditions. Love means no condition. You give, don't expect anything in return. That's only possible on a level of devotional service, while we are engaged in the mission of spiritual master. Outside of that, good idea. Some people come close to this ideal, undoubtedly. But still there is a deal. Still there is always at the end a deal. This is one of my most dear godbrothers wrote me just yesterday. He said, there is only lies, bad lies and noble lies. Lies. You can lie in a very noble way. Still it's lies. That's a sannyasi talk. It's a sannyasi talk. Finished. Socially dead. Not available. But then there is a real love. And that's you always help somebody in times of need. And you don't expect anything for that. As a matter of fact, that person can be so agitated, he will not even say thank you, he doesn't even know you are there while you are helping. Doesn't know. They have a saying in Czech, I think in all languages, that a real friend you realize in times of need, not in times of, easygoing happiness, when you're really miserable, and somebody is still standing there. Maybe he doesn't look like a friend. Maybe he's just waving the arms and screaming and don't do this and whatnots and because he sees you hanging out of the window on a very thin rope. And he goes, you will fall down. And you go, you're not nice. You're not nice. You're not friendly. Be friendly. Be nice. Well, come on, you're falling down. And you're not nice. You're violent. This is Shudra talking. That was Shudra. Therefore you can cheat these people so easily because you just go, you're nice. Hello, you are the greatest. No, you are wonderful. You're not hanging out of the window. You just took a little walk. Fresh air. And don't worry when the rope is breaking and you are falling down. You are not falling, you are flying. That's the beginning of a new life. That's a cheetah. To be aware of nice people. Cheetahs come always nice. Hello, we want to serve you. We want to do something for you. But first you have to pay us 5,000 crowns. Little down payment. They saw companies issuing from Africa doing this. We will invest your money, but so we can invest your money first to transfer $50,000 and then we can help you to invest the rest. It's such a huge profit, you will become multimillionaire in 1 week. And people do this kind of things. They transfer the money, they never see it again. Thank you very much for the investment. That's how we get cheated. So we all need the protection. Guru, Shastra and Sadhu, constantly being guarded, constantly having a reference. As the Yamatutas immediately went to Yamaraj for having it once more confront what they heard by the Vishnu Prasad. Some comments or questions, please? Yeah.
How practically do we practice that? So the Yamadutas went to Yamaraj.
Yeah.
So we go to Prabhupada's books and his lectures.
Yeah. That's our reference. Whatever you say, whatever you do should be based on Prabhupada's instruction. And even there we may find in a practical sense different views. Even Prabhupada gave in a managerial sense, sometimes different instruction to different devotees. So that can be discussed. What is the most favorable course of action for now? But it has to be on the basis of Prabhupada's books. Not this, I just heard a story from one ISKCON farm. He butchered down all the trees on the property, old, really old trees. Butchered them all down because it was not so good for Vastu. It was not a Vastu, they were not Vastu, they were not growing in a Vastu way. He butchered down all the trees. You just go in Prabhupada's books and read Vastu. Where is this place Prabhupada? One quote please. One quote. I'm not saying Vastu is bad, I'm just saying it's irrelevant. If it's relevant, then why is it in Prabhupada's book? And they come feng shui and this bamboo garden and these things and that thing. And in Scandinavia it was already practiced, you know that? I saw Scandinavian temples turning into some far out places with aquariums with 7 red fishes and 2 black ones or whatever standing in a corner. So it's very auspicious. When we ask our GBC, do we all have to have aquarium now? No. His answer was, well, it's not the standard, but if it makes life pleasant, why not? So now he's just a madman. Just a madman sitting somewhere. So, you know, that happens when you start to speculate like that. Prabhupada gave us everything. We don't need an extra aquarium to be more peacefully chanting Holy Name. Holy Name doesn't depend on aquariums. Holy Name doesn't depend on anything else on Holy Name. And all the idea you will get to hear from outside coming, they are ultimately very detrimental because they undermine the faith, you know, into the exclusivity of the Holy Name and of exclusive service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However they are in a mode of goodness or whatever, even goodness can become a big problem. So one should be on guard for this if you want to have some kind of future in Krishna consciousness. Right?
I was just thinking, you mentioned this example about the devotion of the spiritual master being like a fire and the karma of the disciples being like woodlots. So how if we instruct ordinary people, or do we also...
Just inform. Don't get involved too much. Sometimes they say, oh, this person is, yeah, I know, he's a debauchee, he's a woman hunter, he's a thief, he is a liar, but he's my friend. Well, good luck with that kind of friendship. Meaning like, he's acting out of weakness. That's true, yeah, it can happen. And Prabhupada forgave such a type of behavior as soon there was a sincere struggle to rectify it. But if somebody is dwelling in these things and thinking it's part of new Krishna consciousness, and he is established in this kind of sinful behavior, and you have such a friend, well, it's just a question of time you will join him. He will not join you. You have to see it by the result. When you preach to somebody, and I give you an example, in the 60s, there was a great concern for all these poor people suffering in jails, all the criminals. So there were social workers who were voluntarily locking themselves into jails just to associate with the criminals and understand what these people go through. Many of them became very good criminals. You associate with drug addicts? Sorry. After a while you think, yeah, but they have a reason to do that, we cannot be so harsh with these judgments. You don't be judgmental. Don't judge anybody. I'm not judging anybody. It's a fact. I have no right. I'm not the writer of Manu Samhita, sorry. I have no right to go out there and say, right, wrong, right, Manidhara Dasa-2, God, listen. I have no right to do this. But I have a right to say right and wrong because Krishna says it, because Prabhupada says it. So these people who are always screaming, don't be judgmental, basically what they are telling Krishna and Prabhupada, just shut up. Just stand there and I will worship. And don't say one word. Because I worship my way. I do it my way. That's the fall down of Christianity. They will worship Jesus, but they will not do what he says. So that was Prabhupada's challenge. So we shouldn't become like this. My Krishna consciousness, my way of studying, my way of doing things, my way of serving Krishna, my way. No. Therefore, as you can see on the Amatutas, always reference to an authority. And living authority. The power of following an authority is there. And of course, make life also easy. Of course, we shouldn't follow some idiotic thing. We should know Shastra. There will be a Guru and Shastra, not just Guru and not just Shastra. But it's very convenient lifestyle. You can tell people heavy things, they go, this is heavy! How can you say such a thing? I didn't say. Krishna is saying, sorry. Prabhupada said, I'm using this heavy vocabulary because Krishna did. He is using the word mudha. You are nothing else as a donkey, as an ass. Krishna is using the vocabulary. I can call politicians camels, asses or whatever because it's here in the Bhagavatam state. Otherwise, why should I? Who's me to say anything? That's the reason why we can be like that. And you take shelter behind Krishna and the Guru, and then that's what Prabhupada did. And he said, actually, if they would really listen to what I'm saying, they will kill me. It's so heavy what I'm saying. But Krishna covers it so nicely, saying, it's just some bothering Hare Krishna, It's good. For demons, they should sing like this. It's just Hare Krishna, Jesus. Who will take this seriously? Like when the police came in Germany, they confiscated all the money we had. And they didn't touch one book. The book log was full. Because they said, that's ridiculous. I don't read that stuff. Nobody reads that stuff because I'm everybody, Let them have the books. So we kept on distributing like anything. We couldn't believe it. They didn't touch the books. Actually, they didn't touch even the Sankirtan bands. We came out of the jail on Tuesday, on Wednesday we were on the street again distributing. They were saying, it's not important. It's good. And then those who are sincere, they will pick up and they go, well, this is important. That's what we want. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.